people filled the courthouse steps Monday morning
Civil disobedience
to show support to the 80 people who are being charged for their involvement of blocking traffic on the Bay Bridge, all while calling for a ceasefire in Gaza.
There is no business as usual under genocide. There is no continuation of life as normal as long as our family members, even people we don't know, are under bombardment.
Among them is Rami Abdel Karim, who says he too was on the bridge to document, sharing the group was practicing civil disobedience.
I feel that what they were participating in as protesters was extremely necessary. The situation in Gaza was very dire, and today it's even more dire. Double the amount of Palestinians that were killed then have been killed now.
Rami says the group wanted to get a message to President Biden.
What would you do if your family members were being killed right in front of you on TV, on your social media screens? What would you do if your tax dollars were funding it? And lastly, what would you do if the president was in town and refused to call for a ceasefire?
And San Francisco's District Attorney Brooke Jenkins announced the charges last week. In a statement to us, she says, quote, "While we must protect avenues for free speech, the exercise of free speech cannot compromise public safety. The demonstration on the Bay Bridge that snarled traffic for hours had a tremendous impact on those who were stuck on the bridge for hours and required tremendous public resources to resolve. And each Bay Bridge protester has been given 5 misdemeanor charges, which include false imprisonment, refusing to comply with a peace officer, unlawful public assembly, and refusing to disperse.
Just sitting here crying because I'm late for work again and stuck in traffic."
And some residents think the protesters should be held accountable.
I don't know if they'd be sent to jail, but I feel like if I was sitting in that traffic, I'd be probably pretty pissed off. And if I was in there, I'd say they should probably go to jail. I don't know. That's a hard one. Give them fines for sure. Probably give them fines.
And Rami says some who are being charged had nothing to do with the blockage.
Actually, multiple people who were pulled out of their cars by the police who were not part of the protest. There was someone who was suspected to have been racially profiled and arrested as well, who were not engaged at all in the protest. They were simply bystanders. They were stuck on the bridge.
Monday's arraignment has been postponed until February 1st and 2nd. And Rami believes anyone who stands up for justice has the right to engage in protest, even if it's disruptive.
in the Islamic tradition,